Hello, good evening and welcome to EBN Prime. This is the 10th day of September and we're grateful to God that we have this particular day here with us. Our boys, Kenya Harambee Stars, has done quite an amazing job and they just smashed Namibia in the ongoing Africa CONCACAF qualifiers for Morocco, and that is a good thing. So allow me to begin this particular bulletin with a story from the Director of Criminal Investigation and officials from Ministry of Education and Lands and firefighters are at the Hillside Primary School in Russia, where investigations are ongoing to determine the case of the fire in the school's dormitory. The fire incident at the school resulted in the death of 21 students, leading to suspension of the school activities to allow investigations to proceed. Still in schools, Bumula MP Jack Wanami Omboka has urged the government to initiate an inspection of school dormitories to assess student safety. However, the MP also called on the government to prioritize women and youth groups, empowering them financially to improve the economic standing. He also promised to address outstanding payments owed to contractors in his constituency.
Kazi mzuri na kumaliza kwa wakati ufaao, mimi kama mbunge will not compromise. Tumeelewana. Wakipewa kazi wafanye kazi mzuri. Waache mwanafunzi afurahi, mwalimu afurahi, mzazi afurahi. Ndio itakuwa furaha yangu kama mbunge. A deliberate effort, commitment kwamba nataka nikuze ile wanabiashara upcoming wale vijana. Na niliweza kuomba ofisi inahusika na procurement wa prioritize wa mama na vijana ambao wamekuwa neglected katika hiyo sheria. Sasa it's a challenge, ni changamoto kwa serikali. We want an audit. The government to do an audit. Hata hapa kwetu Bumula tunataka audit ya hizo dormitories zetu. Tuone zinafikia ile standard zimewekwa ama hapana.
Tumekubali kufanya kazi pamoja kama contractors na amekubali kuinua wanakandarasi wa Bumula na wanakandarasi wote ambaye atapata kazi Bumula.
Hizo burning bills ametuashua ya kwamba before 2027 atakuwa at least ameclear up those.
Dixon Ndiema, a man suspected of starting the fire that later caused the death of Uganda's star athlete Rebecca Cheptegei, has passed away. Ndiema, who had been admitted at an intensive unit at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret, sustained burns of about 41% from the fire, died early this morning. Doctors had reported that Ndiema had sustained severe burns. It is said that Ndiema set the athlete on fire following a land dispute at his home in Endebess, Trans Nzoia County on Sunday. Today has been the World Suicide Day, and as the nation observes Suicide Prevention Day, a report by the Bureau of Statistics has revealed that about 1,576 suicide cases have been reported in the country over the past 4 years. The National Cohesion and Human Rights is advocating for legal reforms to change the law that criminalizes suicide. The organization urges that more attention should be given to mental health to prevent suicide cases.
Mental disorders have remained among the top 10 causes of disease burden worldwide, with no evidence of global reduction since 1990. In Kenya, evidence shows a staggering 42% of individuals seeking care in primary healthcare facilities have
to ignore the mental health needs of any segment of our population. It is my brief that mental health should not be a medical issue, but a social and legislative priority. This brings me to an issue that I feel deeply about and one that I can continue to advocate for: the decriminalization of suicide.
With that story, a man was shot dead during a confrontation between police and 3 men who were committing a robbery at a shop in Mwea early this morning. According to the local OCPD, the 3 had refused to surrender, leading to a fierce confrontation that resulted in one of them being killed and the other 2 sustained serious injuries.
around 2:30, our officers were out on patrol within PI. And around that time, they found a group of suspected criminals having committed a crime known as burglary, and also being in the process of loading the stolen goods into a vehicle that was standby. So our officers requested the suspects to surrender, but they resorted into attacking our officers using all manner of crude weapons. Upon preliminary investigations by our DCI team, the number plate for KDJ 937 belongs to a Dayasu, which belonging to Faria Hassan Ahmed. The car that you are seeing in front of you that was involved in this committing this crime is a Toyota Axio, and its real registration number is KDP 492 G.
We shift gears. Transport and business activities in Magena Market in Bomachoge, Borabu, Kisi County have been disrupted since this morning following a murder of a local businessman. The businessman was reportedly attacked by robbers early this morning and died while receiving treatment at the hospital. Locals blocked the main Kisi road, killed one of the robbers, and set two of the houses of the suspects.
Geoffrey alikuwa anatoka nyumbani kazini akielekea nyumbani. Akapatana magaidi karibu na kwake, wakampiga, wakamnyang'anya bagi yake yenye ilikuwa imebeba pesa na vyombo vyake vya kazi. Yeye anafanya kazi ya M-Pesa na mambo ya bank nini kubadilisha pesa. So sisi kama wakaaji wa Magena tunalilia insecurity. It's very alarming that the government has to come into order so that the police post we have here should act accordingly. Ni kitu cha kuhuzunisha sana. Kutoka jana hiyo kisanga ili happen saa 2 usiku. Mpaka saa hii hakuna polisi mwenye amekuja, hakuna polisi mmoja hata amekuja kutuongelesha, kutuambia nini inaendelea.
Kutangaza ni kwamba hii si jambo moja ambalo limefanyika hapa. Hii ni siku ya 3 baada ya hii kitendo ya kwanza yenye ilifanyika. Mtu mmoja alikatwa kidole. Ni juzi tu hii wiki jana. Sasa leo hapa wamekuja, wameua kijana wetu, rafiki wetu ambaye ni chef. Cha kushangaza ni kwamba tuko na OCS Magena, tuko na maaskari. Does that mean hawako equipped kutuletea security hapa?
Waziriana na wakuu wa idara, wapelelezi wote wana jambo la kushughulikia haya mambo. Juzi ndugu yetu ambaye amewawa na nyundo hapa Ngambo Gesabakwa. Kuna watu wamewawa, kuna Sadona aliwawa. Tangu hao watu wote wamewawa, karibu watu 10 tunahesabu mpurulizo. Hakuna reaction imetokea, yani hakuna majibu ambayo yametokea kwa hao watu wote wamekufa.
Magena is a station but is not equipped as a station. Station ya Magena ipewe gari ndio OCS na maaskari wake waweza kupeana usalama unaohitajika.
Leo hii tunataka DC akuja hapa. Mko tayari? Tunataka DC kutoka Kenya akuja hapa address hii mambo. Mambo ya OCS, mambo ya watu hao wengine hatutaki. Tunataka DC kwa sababu hatuwezi uliwa tukiangalia na macho.
Nataka mnichagulie viongozi kama 10 hapa. Tuende tukae pale kwa chief, tuandike report kwa sababu kazi ya serikali inafanywa kupitia nini? Kupitia report na mikutano, si ndio? Ile report ya OCS na maskari itafikia nani? Our County Security Committee leo. Tunaelewana? Lakini kwa sasa
Married couples have been advised to improve communication in their marriages to reduce divorce cases. Shofar Foundation organized an awareness seminar in Mombasa that brought together Muslim couples and unmarried youth from 13 counties to discuss the practice of marrying from outside the country. The couples were encouraged to foster unity within their families to ensure children are raised by both parents.
Chimbuko la matatizo la ndoa nchini na sehemu nyinginezo ni kukosa elimu ya ndoa. Ndipo leo wanavyoni masheikh waliogobea katika masala ya kindoa wakawapatia elimu ambapo kwamba tuna imani itawasaidia waliotufuatilia katika ukumbi huu na waliotufuatilia moja kwa moja katika ukumbi katika sehemu mbalimbali nchini kupitia mitandao ya kijamii na runinga, almuhimu ili wapate watu kupata elimu stahiki ya kindoa.
Naam, simu na mitandao ya kijamii kwa hakika ndo asili ya matatizo ya ndoa, kwa sababu wewe hujaona leo unaweza keti wewe na nduguyo tu mume hamjakutana na siku nyingi, kila mtu yuko kwenye simu yake. Sasa unakuta kwenye nyumba saa zingine mume na mke wako chumbani, lakini kila mtu yuko kwenye simu yake. Yani simu kwa hakika zimekuja, inatakaniwa tuwe na mathalan kama an agreement between mke na mume. Tukiingia ndani ya nyumba bana, tuweke simu zetu mahali pamoja ili kuweze kuwa na communication. Baba zetu na mama zetu waliishi miaka 30, 40, wengine mpaka 50 kwa sababu kulikuwa kuna distraction.
Leo ndoa nyingi zinazovunjika katika mahakama za makadhi na ofisi zetu ni kuhusu simu. Unakuta mwanamke ana waume kule nje, mwanamume ana wake kule nje. Unakuta wanawake wanaingia katika mitandao ya kijamii yote, ikiwa ni Facebook, Twitter na zinginezo, wanajiweka paruanja. Yani mwanamume ana mwanamke kwenye Facebook ama Twitter ama kwenye mitandao, anashtuka sababu hajaimuona labda akiwa uchi. Sasa anamkuta kwenye mitandao, na kwa hiyo sababu ya kumwacha ule mke, na wake pia wanaona wamezao na mahusiano ndani ya mitandao. Kwa hivyo hii ni kitu navunja ndoa sana. Ni nasaha yetu sisi wanandoa kwenye mitandao ya kijamii wajieke kwa kuwa wameoa, kwa sababu wengine pia wanajiandika kwa kuwa single na wameoa. Kwa hivyo mwanamume akiona mke wake ameandika single ama mke akiona mume ameandika single, bila shaka anajua huyu ni mwanamume mchafu ama mwanamke mchafu. Kwa hivyo hizi ni tabia tutaka tuziwache, na vile vile imekuwa leo wanawake wanajifanya ni equal to the men. Kwa hivyo mwanamke haombi ruhusa kwa mume, anafanya takalo, na wanaume nao wamekuwa hawasemi wakitoka nyumbani wanakaa hata siku 3 nje.
Kwa hiyo kila mtu anawajibika kudhibiti taasisi ya ndoa. Tukiweza kudhibiti taasisi ya ndoa, tunaweza kudhibiti umma, tunaweza kutoa viongozi waadilifu, viongozi ambao wanajali maslahi ya umma. Haya resort tunapata kwa viongozi utakuta zaidi kutoka kwa sababu.
And truck drivers transporting goods have raised concerns about the increase in crime on the Kisumu, Busia and Eldoret Malaba highways, where they are openly robbed. Speaking in Malaba, the drivers led by Chairman Peter Tanui said criminals are exploiting traffic jams which can last for several weeks to steal goods, valuable goods. The drivers are calling on security officers to address this issue to prevent further losses.
Sisi kama mandereva kuna mateso ama tunateseka kwa sababu ukiangalia hiyo 40 km ama 30 km hakuna choo. Mazingira mpaka dereva jitolee ajue ataenda choo wapi.
According to the inside stories that tumepata ni kwamba kulikuwa na some issues imetokea upande wa Uganda concerning transit vehicles yenye zilikuwa offloaded in Kampala, of which it was supposed to go up to Rwanda. So issue ambayo imefanyika hapo ndio imeleta hii jam yote. Sudan imezidi, madereva wanawawa. About, I think, 3 days ago now. The latest report was last 3 days. The second day, who is hailing from that side of Eldoret, aliweza kuuliwa katika mahali ambayo inaitwa Mundri towards Juba.
Kuwa na wizi wa mulika mwizi, KRA gadgets. Hizi KRA gadgets ni ajabu sana, kwa sababu outcomes saa zile unatembea barabara inakuwa monitored, but once ikibiwa.
Following statistics indicating that a large number of primary school students in Bungoma's West Sub-County do not have birth certificates, the Deputy Commissioner's Office, in collaboration with relevant authorities, plan to launch a registration exercise next week to issue over 15,000 students with these documents. Speaking from his office in Sirisia, Bungoma West, Deputy Commissioner Abdi Fattah Mohamed expressed the concern over the high number and urged parents to fully cooperate with the authorities.
Tumesikitika sana baada ya kuchunguza mashule zetu katika Bungoma West Sub-County. Tumekuja kugundua kwamba wengi wa watoto hawana birth certificate. Na hizo birth certificate inamaanisha kwamba pesa za capitation shule hazitapata, kwa sababu watoto they are not registered in the NEMIS. Na katika sub-county yetu watoto karibu 15,000 15,000 students, pupils in primary hawana birth certificate. So hiyo imetufanya sisi tupange mpango la serikali. On 17th September katika Butonge tutakuwa na phase 1 registration, mobile registration ya watoto wa primary. Tunawasihi wazazi wakuje na copy za ID zao, na kama hawana wazazi, death certificate, kitabu ya vaccination na baptismal card, na revenue ya serikali ya shilingi 500 per registration, na tuhakikisha kwamba wanaandika jina ambazo ni correct katika hizo documents. Katika exercise kama hii, mnajua kwamba watu wahalifu wanaweza kuingilia ku solicit for funding, ku solicit for corruption. Hii tunataka kuwatahadharisha officers wa serikali ambao watachukua hiyo nafasi kupata pesa za corruption wakome, kwa sababu tutakuwa macho hiyo siku na tutahakikisha kwamba tunapatiana hii exercise the importance it deserves. Hatutakubali kwamba watu wachukue nafasi hiyo. Ndio maana tunasema hizi forms applications tutapatiana ofisi ya chief, ndio hakikisha kwamba hao watagawia wananchi, isiwe ni mtu mwingine anaingilia katikati. Na pia usalama pia ni muhimu sana, na hiyo siku tutahudumisha usalama katika hiyo shule, kuhakikisha kwamba watu hawatakuwa na fujo katika hiyo exercise. Forms tutawapatiana kwa machief, kwa ofisi ya machief. Wazazi waende kwa ofisi ya machief, watapatiwa application forms pale, kuhakikisha kwamba tunaregister hao watoto wetu. Hii inamaanisha kwamba tukifanya hii exercise tutasaidia watoto, especially kwa mambo ya documentation yao. Itawasaidia kwa jina zao ziwe captured kwa NEMIS kwa mashule. Pia itasaidia watoto wapate ID card urahisi in future. Na pia mnajua kwamba serikali iko katika harakati ya roll out maisha namba. Pia hiyo birth certificate ni muhimu sana. Ita capture katika hiyo huduma maisha card.
Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza has thrown his support behind the new university funding model, acknowledging its role in ensuring that students is not sent away due to lack of fees. While some students from vulnerable backgrounds have faced challenges under the new system, the governor urged the Ministry of Education to expedite their appeals for assistance. He highlighted that the new funding model, which provides support through scholarships, loans, household contributions, and upkeeps, aims to reduce the financial burden on students and ensure universities remain financially stable.
I want to also appreciate what the Ministry of Education is doing, especially on the funding model. I know we've had a challenge. We've had some students who are from vulnerable families that have been placed in, I can say, unfavorable bands. So as the leadership of this county, I want to urge the Ministry of Education to expedite the appeals from the students who have been disadvantaged by the funding model, so that they can also have an opportunity of getting support. But overall, I appreciate the fact that no student will be sent away because of school fees. That is something that is overriding cornerstone of the funding model to support our students. As a county, we are also having some programs, scholarship programs. I know there are some students who have benefited from the county scholarship program, where we have supported over 200 students with fees from first year up to fourth year. Some of you are here, and this is going to be a program that we are doing in every financial year. Next year, we'll also support over 100 students with almost 40 million shillings, so that they can have at least they can have an opportunity of pursuing their education without a challenge of school fees.
One of the most exciting or ongoing debate is about the student finding. These colleagues of mine, you heard me, I joined when I was very young, very young, a minor, the university. That time, we used to be paid school fees by government, and then we were given money. We were given money that you can use at home. It used to be called
The Union of Veterinary Experts in Kenya has called on the government to end the ongoing mistreatment of farmers and private sector workers in the agricultural sector. They have issued a 2-week ultimatum for their concerns to be addressed, failing to which they will call for a national strike.
The role is uncomfortable because, as we have said, AgroVets consist of many other things like agrochemicals, we have fertilizers, we have animal feeds, so it's majorly even the farmers who are suffering. They must finish up with quacks before they come to deal with professionals. The VMD, I believe they should come, before they harass these professionals, they should visit the premise for licensing.
There is surgeons signing for us so that we can practice. Yet you went to school and you qualified. In my own view, the moment you qualified, that one is enough for you to come out and practice.
Energy Cabinet Secretary Opio Wandanyi addressed ongoing power outages while touring the Olkari 1 geothermal station in Nakuru. He emphasized the government's focus on modernizing the country's power transmission infrastructure through initiatives such as the Kenya Electricity Transmission Company and Kenya Power. These efforts aim to improve the cost effectiveness and the efficiency of power distribution. Wandanyi acknowledged that some outages resulted from outdated infrastructure, but the ministry is working to address this by upgrading the transmission network.
Once power has been generated in a cost-effective manner by KenGen and other players, we have to look at this most again cost-effective way of transmitting it. And as you are aware, the ministry and the government is really focused on modernizing our transmission infrastructure through KETRACO. A number of projects are lined up. Some are basically in progress in terms of ensuring that our evacuation and transmission process is cost-effective, is efficient. Okay. Again, working with the Kenya Power Lighting Company in terms of modernizing the distribution infrastructure. We are clear in our minds that once we do all of this, okay, we shall be in a position to deliver power to Kenyans at affordable rates. Some of these blackouts emanate from the infrastructure that we have, okay, along the chain. And once we make this improvement that we are making, it will go a long way in addressing that. But more importantly, because technical hitches do happen, and they are bound to happen from time to time, what we are doing as a ministry, together with our entities that are concerned, is to ensure that if and when such an eventuality happens, that we have a blackout, that we respond to the situation as fast as possible.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi expressed sincere gratitude to Kenyans living abroad for their significant contribution to Kenya's economy through the economic growth through the remittances that the Kenyans have been doing. Mudavadi stated that the efforts have played a crucial role in stabilizing the Kenya shilling against the international currencies. He mentioned that the government is working to clarify and implement a new strategy to establish a strong partnership with the Kenyan in diaspora.
We are looking at serious aspects of even now working on the diaspora bond. Earlier it was mooted, but the numbers in terms of the resource base had not yet reached a threshold that can make a powerful statement if we went for the diaspora bond. But today, the figures indicate that Kenya is now ripe for a diaspora bond, where you can help in investing in the infrastructure, key infrastructure, whether it is the roads, whether it is hospitals or institutions that matter, that have a serious impact on the people. And the history, as you know it, goes back, I think Jomo Kenyatta donated a Land Rover to SWAPO in 1964 as part of the build-up of this process of trying to foster unity. And then, of course, the partnership with UNITAG. And today, we are still very strong working with Namibia. So I'm here to really consolidate that partnership. And the issues that you bring up are extremely critical because those are the ones that will continue to build and foster our relationship.
Elephants from Tsavo National Park have become such a nuisance to residents of Makueni after several of them invaded several farms, causing significant losses to farmers. Farmers in Matikoni, Athi River and Kiangawia in the county are continuing to estimate the damage caused by the elephants. They have blamed the KWS for failing to take action to protect their crops.
Baya ni Grupo Environment Facility kupitia kwa FAO, na tunataka tuhifadhi hii msitu, tutapanda miti, tutaconserve ile misitu iko, tutadevelop and tutarestore, na pamoja na hayo tutahakikisha wananchi wa Bungoma wale wanaishi karibu eneo la hiyo msitu wamefaidika kwa kupata value chains siwe improved kwa mambo ya miti na mambo ya mahindi.
Tuweze kufaulu kama serikali, tuweze kuachieve ile target ambayo president alisema, the target of 15 billion by 2032. Lazima sisi wote tushirikiane na tuhakikishe kwamba tunashikana mkono ili tuone mradi huu unaendelea.
Town of Bondo in Siaya has been designated as the financial and commercial hub of the county. Siaya County Governor James Orengo challenged local leaders and residents to create an environment that attracts and accommodate investors in the town. He said his government is in talks with national government to improve infrastructure such as roads to elevate the town to the status it deserves.
We must attract the best brains to come to Bondo. If you look at our budget, it makes Bondo the epicenter of our activities. We know why we are doing it. The epicenter of activities in the county are going to be Bondo based. Next year, we have more than 200 visitors from Canada who are going to stay here in Bondo.
And one of the most famous voices of all time has gone silent. James Earl Jones, whose prodigious act talent was often overshadowed by his distinctive baritone, of a 7-decade career both on stage and on the screens, died on Monday. His representative said he was 93. In 1994, Jones lent his voice as Mufasa in Disney's animated blockbuster, The Lion King. He would return to the role in the live-action version 25 years later, the only actor from the original voice cast to return. Here's a snippet of The Lion King from both years.
Hairball is my son and your future king.
Not always, Scar. One day, it'll be my son who rules. Simba will be your king.
Zazu, take Simba home.
Oh, Dad, can I come?
No, son.
Dad, let me come. I can help.
No, son, you stay with the other cubs.
Is that a challenge?
Is that a challenge?
You deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger.
You deliberately disobeyed me. And what's worse, you put Nala in danger.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Wow.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
You ruled all of that?
Yes.
Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there.
Simba?
Stampede in the gorge. Simba's down there. Simba?
Morning, sire.
Good morning, Zazu.
Checking in with the morning report.
Fire away.
Sire!
Morning, Zazu. You have the morning report.
What are you doing, son?
Pouncing.
Let an old pro show you how it's done.
The buzz from the bees is that
Ready for some fun?
I think those hyenas were even scared.
'Cause nobody messes with your dad.
I think those hyenas were even scared.
That's 'cause nobody messes with your dad.
Scar! Brother, help me! Scar!
Everything that light touches is our kingdom. Oh, that was a lovely voice. Rest in peace, John Al. Until we meet again. That marks the end of our broadcast today. I would love to appreciate the people who've put up our script as usual. Chibalonza, the guy behind a camera, Odipo, and Moses in the transmission control room. We say a big thank you. Melki, Ayana, Malene, thank you for watching. And this goes to Gasheri for always stepping up. My thankfulness to you is boundless, in silence, and in the stars, forever grateful. Good night.